What is happening, Internet? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the, I guess you would say, the post game. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. If you're not receiving our videos, which there's so few people here these days, make sure you sign up for a free newsletter, Kwingsletsplays.com. Helps you find out what's going on with the channel every single day. And thank you guys for watching the Metroid news. That went up. Yeah, it's a bummer what's going on with that. Especially considered Metroid Prime Dread sold 3 million copies. And combined Metroid Prime 4, a game people have been waiting for about 12 years, couldn't even sell 1 million. This is why, when you have a brand new console, you do not split up the game and have it appear on the cheaper console, because people are going to be like, why do I even need to buy it on the sequel? You know, they should have just released it as that, but Nintendo doesn't think anymore. It's not the company that Iwata and Reggie used to work at. Those guys were really smart at selling products. These people, not so much.
Alfred, the city's safe.
Excellent work, sir. Gotham's villainous contingent has been brought to task yet again. You should be immensely proud of your achievements. The city is forever in your debt.
It's time for Knightfall.
Everything is in place, sir. The Batwing is on its way to the GCPD rendezvous point.
Ah, yes, Knightfall Protocol. Frame Batman's death. We're not wearing this suit, though. I'm going to put on a different suit. I haven't decided which one yet. We'll figure it out. Actually, I love the Keaton suit. What am I talking about? Keaton suit's probably my favorite. All Batmobiles are now available in story mode. No, they're not. No, you're, because I'm doing the Mr. Freeze thing. What are you talking about? All the Batmobiles will not be available. No. There we go. As much fun as it would be to drive around in that, but we'll probably drive around in other Batmobiles. Yeah, exactly. You can't just go and if you imagine choosing like the Tumbler and not being able to transform into a tank for this like upcoming section of the game where you have to protect Mr. Freeze. Yeah, totally. Anyway, let's get this underway, shall we? You're so mad that there won't be any Marvel trailers for the Super Bowl? Is it the Super Bowl already? Man, time goes by so quick. The question remains, will we get the snow glitch? It's a giant bit. Countdown to Knightfall. Bam. Bam.
Up a distress signal from a stranded cargo vessel. I'm attempting to establish radio contact, but there's too much interference.
Send me the coordinates. I'll investigate.
Go investigate the coordinates. Oh, the saddest story in Arkham. I could have just driven there, or I could just glide.
You know, I kind of thought of Batman as a force of nature. This whole Wayne thing ruins it for me.
Ben Affleck is your favorite? Oh man, I kind of forget how to do this. We need to really... Can the Batmobile come all the way out here? That should be enough. That should be enough. Yeah, so, sorry for the late start, guys. We have to wait until we hit 1,000 views. Or a certain amount of views for the stream.
This isn't the weather, Alfred.
I feared as much. As well as battling the cold, there's a sizable deployment of militia troops aboard the boat. I have a feeling they'll object to your presence.
I'll win them over.
Look how bad the snow looks. Did we do the did we do the Mr. Freeze DLC on the Switch? Ice looks so bad.
You said frosty and there's all this ice. Do you want to remain a part of the special ops group, soldier? Or would you rather be manning a watchtower like a regular schmuck? No, sir. Shut the hell up. That goes for all of you. Shut up and stay sharp.
How many videos did we release today? Did 2 streams and 3 shorts. It's 5.
Classified. They're keeping it on the move. Good idea.
What is this whole Amelia thing taking the internet by storm? I don't understand. I don't get this thing. What is Amelia?
Might be now if the Arkham Knight hadn't found me.
Some AI chick? I don't know. But he's asking me, do you know what Amelia is? No? Should I?
This place stays on lockdown. We'll keep him contained. He'll come around. You really think he'll do it? He has to. We got the only thing he cares about.
Oh, I looked out there. Ha ha ha. I lucked out so much. Alright. What? Where? Uh-oh. How? Man, the smoke looks so bad in this. That was my smoke bomb? Yee! Wow, that was bad. How is that smoke? You can barely... What in the world? This should not have gone on Switch 1. Ugh. Ugh, it's so bad.
I'm picking up a signal here. Got noise everywhere. I'm searching for a lock-on. Damn it. Signal's gone. Could be anywhere. Nothing we can do for him. We spread out.
Ouch! Oh great, I didn't know everybody was here. I couldn't see with the bad graphics! Ah! Graphics look so bad!
He's over there. Come on.
Whoa!
That thing was freezing. Nothing we can do here. Spread out and find him.
Uh-oh. I lucked out so much. Wow, 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 wow. Bye-bye.
Calibration on that drone. Don't worry. He so much as breathes, this thing will find him.
What thing will find me? What?
Smoke! Use some kind of grenade!
Yes, it's called a smoke grenade. Good for you, guy. I'm still almost dead. I could still screw this up. Probably.
I've got a signal. Surveillance traces green. Signal's gone. Damn it.
Why did you think I would keep my signal on? It's not too bright, is he?
Nothing we can do for him. We spread out. Get revenge. Drone's reporting man down. Signal's back. Leave. I've lost the signal.
You gonna help your friend? No? Okay.
Drone's reporting man down.
Oh no! Why didn't the drone blow up?
It's too quiet. Report. I don't see him. Is he freaking close? What the hell? The drone just exploded.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Nothing we can do here. Spread out and find him.
Hi. Man, those icicles look so bad. Okay, where are we going? And then there were... Oh, there's still 2 left. I think it's kind of fitting that we use the Mr. Freeze stuff right now. Where's he going? Huh. Is he not going to come out of the control room? Huh. Do I have a gadget to attract people? I do. What? Oh no, that's a remote control.
What? I knew I didn't imagine it. We know it's you, Bat.
That's not quite what I wanted to do, but okay. I don't want to get shot. Really don't want to get shot right now. Uh-oh. Come on.
You can't run from me.
Get over here.
Crap, it's busted. I need a new one.
Huh? Ouch! Hey! What was that? Get down here! What is happening right now?
The ship's on lockdown. We need to find the security controls.
Thank you very much, Mason. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. That was kind of funny. Wait, can I still die and have to do this all over again? There we go. I don't remember putting somebody up over the rail like that. Maybe I did. I don't know. You know, once I used to think, how did Mr. Freeze afford this vessel? Oh, wait. He stole it. Bad guy. I keep forgetting. It's like, man, Mr. Freeze is loaded. Oh, wait, no, never mind. He stole it. Whoopsies.
Time to get inside.
He stole the ship. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Makes sense. I mean, it's not like bad guys pay taxes or anything, right? Yeah. Amber's a part of the streams in the afternoon. She works at night. She's been busy with like some stuff, so she hasn't been on the streams as much. But she's usually, you can usually see her online between noon and like 5, 6 o'clock. Or if she's scheduled to do an ultimate stream, she'll do an ultimate stream.
Bodies encased in ice.
Yeah, this looks so bad on Switch. Ugh. Ugh. Thank you, Naomi. We're tired, but we're okay. Thank you very much. And sorry about your Scooby-Doo stream last night. I did as best I could, but I had to call it eventually. Thank you, Naomi. That helps out so much. I'll let Amber know about the super chat when she gets up for work. You're exhausted, little Link. What is an ultimate stream? It's a $100 live stream that's paid for by a VIP like Naomi over there. You get a live stream of your choice, like for about 2 hours. It's usually about, I mean, I try to go 2 hours, but it's usually about an hour and 45 minutes. Naomi is sponsoring a Scooby-Doo game from 20 years ago. Richard Taylor is one of our VIPs. He's doing Marvel Ultimate Alliance from 20 years ago. Most of our Ultimates like GameCube, Wii, Super Nintendo games, things like that. Games that wouldn't do well on the channel, they sponsor. We're Shadowban, Mason, so I mean, we're made possible thanks to viewers like Naomi. We're essentially PBS, public broadcasting. It's thanks to our donators and our members that we're still able to be in business, because YouTube ad revenue is too low. Plus, all our viral videos haven't earned income in 6 years. Yeah, it's definitely been 6 years. It looks so bad.
Cryogenerator unstable.
Doesn't look like ice.
Reroute auxiliary power.
It looks like goo.
Error. System
It looks
failure.
like glue.
Cryogenerator unstable.
No!
Nora.
Victor.
They wanted me to join them, help fight you. I refused, so they took her. They took Nora. Because of you. She'll die without my care. But they said they'll return her in exchange for Batman.
Warning, cryogenerator unstable.
If you trust them, Victor, take your shot.
Warning, cryogenerator unstable.
Find her, Batman. Please.
I will. Get the ship under control.
The ice looks like glue. It looks like the glue grenade from Arkham Origins. Yeah, so anyway, to answer your question, yes, VIP streams are available for the public to watch. Naomi is what's considered a director. So a fan becomes a director of the channel. They pick out the game they want to see. And we stream it for them. We also talk to them during the live stream. Ultimates get followed on their Twitter, and we DM, we talk, things like that. Set up scheduling. You get permanent friend codes on our Switch or a PlayStation. You know, so I mean, we've done about 400 Ultimates since 2020. The VIP part of the channel's been around here since 2020. So I've done over 450 fan streams, fan generated content. Yeah, that looks so bad. Ugh. You know, it doesn't even look like the dude's dead compared to the other people. Wow. It just looks like he has a ice thing in his butt. Before, I mean, this looked pretty grotesque. This looks ridiculous here. This guy just looks like he fell on an ice cube. Now.
Alfred, I've got a tracking device that can lead me to Nora. It's transmitting a location.
Be careful, sir. I imagine the militia will be rather intent on keeping her prisoner.
They should have saved this for Switch 2. I don't understand Nintendo at all. Nintendo and Warner Brothers. I just don't get them.
Yeah, but who the hell was Joker?
It was Joker? You're kidding, right? There's nobody alive who wouldn't know who Joker is. That's just ridiculous. In this universe, everybody would know who Joker is.
I'm gonna feel even more satisfying punching the bat knowing it's Brucey Boy under there. As if Wayne didn't have enough expensive cars.
Yeah, well.
You know, I was one of Scarecrow's patients back at the asylum. I'm glad the bat got him.
One of the militia guys was one of his patients? Then why are you working for him? That doesn't make any sense.
It's a trick. You didn't see it. It was Bruce Wayne. Got him. You fell for it. Real Batman's laughing his ass off right now. Well, it's been a hell of a Halloween. Can't wait till next year.
How many days away are we from new content? Should we do Metroid Prime tomorrow? I don't know.
Oh yeah, great. Laugh it up, guys. If you had hay fever, you wouldn't be laughing.
Hey, be more appreciative. Ivy died getting rid of that gas.
Good.
I feet died getting rid of the gas. Oh man. I don't understand who this lady is. She's all over my feet and I have no idea who Amelia is. I mean, Arkham City Freeze does have a better suit. He has a better story and everything like that. But this is a sad story.
You were with Two-Face? I was on Penguin's crew.
Oh, I thought it was you. That was one hell of a bout. You practically gouged my eyes out.
It's good to see you again, buddy. Whatever happened to the shark? Beats me.
Aw, two thugs found each other again. It's a Kodak moment.
But I don't get it. What's in it for Wayne? Is that car tank tax deductible or something?
No. Batman can't pay taxes. They'd figure out who he is. Everything's through dummy corporations.
We lost men on that boat. We can't leave them there. We got our orders. The female's the priority. You think the Iceman's gonna play along? If he wants to see her alive again, he will. There isn't much cover here. Stay alert.
How to do this?
I hope that freak doesn't come looking for his wife. I don't want to end up in Ice Cube. Perimeter breach! It's Batman! You're dead, Wayne!
Oh. Ouch! How are you that fast? Lame. I did bad.
The signal led here, but no sign of Nora's cryochamber.
That doesn't even look like snow!
Where is she?
Let go of me!
Where?
Ow. They took her to a rooftop in Otisburg. That's all I know. I swear.
He got to do a bail line. Where is she?
They found the tracking device, but I know where she is.
No. No! This is taking too much time!
Stay calm. I will find her. You need to get that equipment stable. Victor!
Yes. Every second I'm losing her. Please hurry.
Looks like a tub of melted marshmallows. No, this is not on Switch 2. We're playing on Switch 2. This is a Switch 2 console. But we're playing on, it's a Switch 1 game with improvements, but they didn't improve the graphics. They improved, the Switch 2 improves the speed and performance of the game. Does not improve the visuals. The visuals are still blah. Visuals are so bad. The good news is we'll never have to play this game again very soon. We're almost done with it. After I do the challenge maps, I'm unerasing this game.
So hang on.
Erasing this game, not unerasing it.
Then who's been playing Bruce Wayne all this
Who's been
time?
playing Bruce Wayne? Exactly! Oh no, not the ground again. Wait, if Bruce Wayne is Batman, who's been playing Bruce Wayne?
Oh no, he's coming to get us in the Wayne-mobile! Oh, look out, boys! Wayne-a-rang!
Wayne-a-rangs.
Quick, run away! He's gonna beat us into a bloody pulp while wearing his heavily armored Wayne suit. Actually, yeah, keep out of his way.
I mean, I'd still be, just because you know he's Batman,
I'm getting near
people
her
are still
location.
scared of Chuck
Have you
Norris.
stabilized the cryogenerator?
I think so. Can you see her?
Victor, is it safe?
Yes. Yes, of course. Contact me as soon as you find her.
Well, this is perfect, ain't it? Now we got a bat with nothing to lose. So who's Nightwing and Robin? I bet they're the same guy.
How would Nightwing and Robin be the same guy? One has a set of hair and one is bald.
You know how long she's been like that? Well, the guy said about 10 years. Man, imagine waking up after all that time. It's gonna mess with your head.
There's Nora's cryo chamber.
And they just messed up continuity again. 10 years, they say now. Yeah, Arkham series is all over the place.
Man, this guy is sweet. Where'd they get the cash for this gear?
Blah, blah, blah.
The tech on his arm is pretty slick. Yeah, I'm sure the guys were thinking that moments before being frozen to death. Someone's
Is
touchy.
that all the snipers? All the snipers gone? Oops!
What was that?
Get away! After him! Grenade!
Wayne Man has escaped! Ow.
Grenade!
Lost him! Keep looking! Guy's out cold. Bat hits hard. Well, let's hit harder. Bring him on. Nothing we can do for him. We spread out and get revenge. Placing sentry gun.
This way! Over here!
Yikes!
It's over there! Come on!
Hey, what happened to you? What's wrong? Knew it. Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
We need eyes on target now!
Huh. I love ice grenades. Oh, that's it. Oh, that looks bad.
Nora's life is in danger. I need to investigate the cryo chamber.
Where's the cryo chamber again? That's not the cryo chamber. Wait, that was it? No. Yeah, I guess that was it. Okay. Oh, I probably can't do anything until I get rid of that. That's probably important. Am I getting rid of the turret? Nah, I guess I can. Well, maybe Victor put her inside another one of these, like an updated version 10 years ago. Doesn't look like the same one that was in Arkham City, nor the one that was in Arkham Origins, so... Ah, who cares? How would she know who Batman is?
Batman.
Try not to move.
For what, another lifetime?
You know how long it's been.
Too long. It was like dreaming, but I could hear Victor speaking to me.
Then you know what he's become.
Batman, where is she? Have you found her?
She's here, Victor. She's awake.
No! You have to bring her back?
Let me speak to him. Victor?
Nora, don't be afraid. I will save you.
Victor,
As soon as you're back, I'll freeze you again.
please, stop.
System error. Modification rejected.
I will save you, Nora. I'm nearly there. The next round of therapy.
Don't you see? I don't want saving. Not anymore.
Victor, the generator!
But you're dying, Nora.
Victor? Victor! God, no!
Massive explosion in the bay. Ice freaks up to something. Send in the drones.
We have to go, now.
Please, hurry.
I will.
She heard Victor talking even when she was asleep.
Victor, do you
I
read
guess.
Batman, cryogenerator.
Isn't it supposed to be snowing?
Militia are coming. You have to leave.
No! I won't fail her.
I have to help him.
Where's the snow?
Sir, Freeze's vessel has come under heavy fire. Reinforcements are inbound.
They didn't even add the snow on the Switch version. Oh, wow, Nintendo. Whoops! Nora! Meow. I am so mean. The biggest Arkham hater ever. Oof. There's the snow, kind of. Did the slow-mo always take this long? No, 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 no.
Offline. Lost the Rattler.
Sir, initial deployment was unsuccessful.
Reinforcements inbound. I'll send everything we have.
Master Bruce, the militia are going to keep coming. That ice won't hold.
Victor, you can take them all out. Detonate the generator.
No, I need it for Nora.
Victor, it's okay. It's what I want. Victor?
He's sitting there.
Target hit.
Victor!
He's just wasting a twin Rattler.
Master Bruce, you're running out of time.
Throw him down.
I could take him.
Drone's been hit. It's still an diamond back down. Rattler down.
Victor, take them out! Victor, now! Victor!
I love you, Nora.
My work, the equipment, it's all gone. I can't save you. Maybe there's another way.
Victor, this isn't you. I won't let you destroy yourself anymore. I wish I could have told you sooner.
I don't want you to die, Nora.
Then let me live.
We won't have much time. Days.
Time never has been on our side, Victor.
Sir, the ship has set course to leave Gotham. Should I keep tracking them?
Let them go. We won't see them again.
Nope, the snow glitch didn't work. The snow glitch will forever be on my copy of the PS4 game. But it's all rain again. That was like a once in a lifetime glitch.
Bye-bye, Arkham Knight. And good riddance, too. This town's got enough guys in charge.
Alright, Knightfall Protocol.
Oh, crap. He's coming after us. For it.
We tried, no snow. No snow. At least we tried.
It's confirmed. Rider spotted in the cauldron. Falcon 5 out.
There will always be crime. There will always be bad guys.
Who's leading the militia now?
Nobody. Oh man, his eyes look so bad.
It's done. Gotham is safe.
Thank you, Bruce. For everything.
Goodbye, Jim.
All units be advised. The major threats have been eliminated. It's time to roll out and take our city back.
This is Vicky Vale for GCN reporting live outside Wayne Manor, following the dramatic unmasking of billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. That's him! Are you still rolling?
Are you sure you want to do this, Master Bruce?
I've got to. It's the only way to protect them.
Very well.
We just saw Bruce Wayne, now known to be the masked vigilante Batman, enter his home, refusing to come.
And we never find out what happens to Alfred. Bruce Wayne's ex-girlfriend, yeah. One of them.
This is how the Batman died. A friend once told me that criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. That the only way to beat them was to give them something to be scared of. I understand now. As his world grew darker, so did ours. When his war ended, our lives could begin again. He set us free. To live. To love. There was an inquest, of course. Hundreds of suspects. Who killed Bruce Wayne? I guess we'll never know for sure. So what's next? Criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. What happens when they have nothing to be scared of? Who will protect Gotham now that the Batman is dead?
Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Help me!
No one's coming, lady. Take his wallet.
Hey, freak! Maybe you missed the news! Batman's dead!
That look don't scare us no more.
What the hell?
You could see the fear toxin coming out of the grates. It was a nice touch. Or I think those are smoke bombs or something like that. Because, you know, obviously nobody's going to believe that they saw Batman when Bruce Wayne blew himself up. There is no Batman anymore. I think the coolest thing about this is my theory video that got like, what, 10 million views or something like that, ended up becoming what they used for their basis for the Suicide Squad game. How Batman used fear toxin and all this other stuff. I was the one that came up with that theory. I was the first one. And that video went viral. So that was kind of cool. Actually, everything I said in my theory ended up becoming true, just about. If you really think about it, that's one of the coolest things I've ever done. Yeah. I came up with it before all the other YouTubers, and then they copied me. I came up with the fear toxin theory, and then there was so many copycat YouTubers that did videos, like I think it was a week after mine, something like that. I don't really care, but you'd love to hear how I came up with that? I just put the clues together. It wasn't hard. You also saw the fear Batman, like when the Scarecrow was like full of toxin. That's the same freaky Batman that you see at the end. Why are they showing the credits from the entire franchise?
And so I'm home in the asylum, ever alone in the asylum. No, don't leave me, I cried. Now I'm locked deep inside his subconscious, trapped forever. Look who's laughing now.
Some versions of the Scarecrow's immune to his own toxin.
The clown, prince of crime. He was the next in line. I was him, and he was me. Oh, what a joker he could be. Now the darkness closes in. No one's laughing.
Nah, the Suicide Squad game was just a bad dream that some of us experienced.
And not laughing. I'd be better off dead. And I'm not laughing. I begged and I pled, but he stopped me laughing. If you only knew the things I do for you. I was the ace of names. He was my king. Spades! What a pair! Suits clashed in style. It could have worked. This Joker's wild. Oh, I felt so flushed together. Look who's laughing now. I'm stuck in his head and not laughing. I'd be better off dead, and I'm not laughing. Take Robin instead. Then I'd be
Take
laughing.
Robin instead.
I'm finished. Done. I'm through. All because of you. It was my final tour. Always leave them wanting more. But before the curtain call, make sure you try and slay 'em all. Nothing good can last forever. No one's laughing now. I'm stuck in his head and not laughing. I'd be better off dead, and I'm not laughing. I begged and I pled, but he stopped me laughing. Oh, what can I do? So near, yet far from you.
I don't follow other Arkham channels. There are lots of channels that came up after the franchise was over. I know of them, but I don't watch them. Turn Me Up Games did a good job, but they never should have brought Arkham Knight over to the Switch. It should have been brought over for the Switch too. It's weird that they, you know, Warner Brothers and Nintendo decided, oh, we'll bring over Arkham Knight onto the Switch 1. It's like, it can't run it. And we played it when it first came out. You couldn't run it. You couldn't do it. It was a mess. It was so bad. The Batmobile skidded all over the place. There were so many frame drops. It was a mess. Absolute mess. Batman would fall through the ground. There was hundreds and hundreds of glitches and problems. We still managed to collect all the Riddler trophies. There was even invisible walls protecting Riddler trophies. Like the Riddler trophies would be sitting right there, but you couldn't get to them because there was an invisible wall. That only happened on the Switch version. It's messed up. The glitches were hilarious. We did get some interesting YouTube shorts from a lot of the coverage of the Arkham collection when it came out, right? Yeah. But I mean, Arkham City and Arkham Asylum played fine on the Switch one. It's just Arkham Knight couldn't play on it. Arkham Knight was what was so badly messed up. GoBots. What is this? Those are not GoBots, those are Transformers. Wait, what? Wait, how are GoBots Autobots now? What the heck? I'm getting this weird commercial for my my video here. I haven't seen a toy commercial in a long time. YouTube's doing some pretty crazy stuff. They're actually running some premium advertisements. The GoBots Transformers? Big Bad Toy Store. How is that possible? They weren't part of the Transformers thing. The GoBots was a completely separate anime. Huh? Weird. Weird. Yeah, exactly. Probably should have included the Arkham Origins instead. I mean, of course. Yeah, I just saw a commercial for the GoBots, and they had Transformers insignias on them. It's really weird. It was on my phone for my channel. I was like, wow. Big Bad Toy Store, GoBots, Transformers. I guess that's a new thing. Oh, the PC build was bad. I think it reminded people on PC launch was way worse. Yeah. Nice. What? Let's face the facts. There will be no Switch 2 edition for the Arkham games. We don't know that. They want to make money, they'll do it. Hey, if they release this again, Arkham Knight for Switch 2, like a proper Switch 2 version of the game, I'll play it again. Why not? I know this game like the back of my hand. I can easily do it. I'm not collecting all the Riddler trophies again, though. I don't need to do that. I don't believe so. Man, I can't read very well. With the impending merger, what effects will this have on the future efforts with ports? Not sure. That's up to Netflix, but they have no plans for the gaming division. Only, what's the name of that company again? Who was the other one? Paramount? Was Paramount the other one that's trying to buy them? I can't remember. Only Paramount said they have any interest in the gaming division. Turn Me Up games should be renamed Let You Down games. Nah. Take Robin instead. Lols. Good thing about is how Deathstroke was handled better and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League in this game. I wouldn't even say he was handled very well. Could have spent all this time making a Superman game. True. They should have made the Justice League game instead if they really wanted to make a co-op game. Yep. As for the credits showing entire franchise, my guess is because they were propping this up as the end. I guess so, but they shouldn't have done that. But whatever, it is what it is. You see that lyric subconscious? That means Batman ain't dead because you can hear the Joker singing. Yeah, of course. The fact that Joker is singing inside of his subconscious, that means that Batman's not dead. Exactly. Yeah. Correct, Damone. Yep. Really hope we get a next-gen upgrade for Switch 2 someday. And maybe. Arkham City is very stable on the Switch. Arkham City plays great on the Switch. I still have it installed. It's awesome. I'd sell the new Transformer movie coming out. What new Transformers movie? GoBots were added to the comic lore of Transformers. Megatron killed a lot in the arena before the war. So GoBots were officially added to comic book lore, even though they were a completely separate thing. Wait a minute, don't they have using older console versions of Arkham Knight? Would love to play Arkham Origins on a Nintendo system that isn't Wii U. I mean, Arkham Origins plays great on the Wii U. It's one of the better ports. It just doesn't have all the DLC. Even though the Riddler boss was probably fun and probably the best boss fight in this game. Did this game really have quote-unquote boss fights, though? Red Hood is a Predator room. Killer Croc is basically... a free-flow combat thing. I don't really think this game has quote-unquote boss fights. Not the way that, like, Arkham City did. Didn't feel like that. Do you guys feel that there was any like proper boss fights in Arkham Knight? I don't think so. Even Arkham Asylum had proper boss fights. This game didn't feel like it had boss fights. It's just me. Yeah, no. Arkham Origins had proper boss fights. Oh, the gaming division's probably going to be gone. If Netflix owns them, yeah. Well, of course. This is the true ending to the Arkham games? Kind of, sort of. It's insane that after 9 years, Rocksteady couldn't manage to make anything that their fans would like. I mean, it's not Rocksteady's fault 100% though. Like, I give Rocksteady a lot of, you know, I'm very critical of them, but I know why so many Batman games were canceled. It's a Warner Brothers mishap. It's not Rocksteady's fault per se, and it's not WB Games Montreal. Whenever there's a merger, projects get scuttled. And you have to remember that since the time of the Nolan universe, the Nolan Batman films, Warner Brothers has had 3 different owners. And every time Warner Brothers is bought out, the next guy coming in has new plans and things get canceled. That's why we've had like 4 canceled Batman games. Gotham by Gaslight, Dark Knight Rises was a canceled game that had to do with the merger. The Arkham Origins 2 sequel was canceled and then turned into Gotham Knights. And then the Batman Beyond game, I don't even remember what happened to that. Did that turn into Gotham Knights, or did that become the Suicide Squad? It doesn't matter. But you had all these different companies that ended up buying Warner Brothers. You had Time Warner, then you had AT&T, then you had Warner Media, then you had Warner Discovery. Every time, you know, a new company buys or merges, this is how it was explained to me, it messes up games that are in development and movies and TV shows and ideas, because the next studio people coming in, the bigwigs, they have completely different ideas and they start over again. So there were a couple games that were in development that just ended up canceled outright, especially when AT&T became, not Time Warner, Warner Media. There was a bunch of projects that were almost completed when it was Time Warner. Then it became Warner Media, and that was it. Those games got canceled. New games went into development. There was a Justice League game that was being worked on. I think it was a beat-em-up or like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance style game or something like that. That's how it was explained to me. And then, what was it? After Time Warner, then it was Warner Discovery, and Zaslav had big plans, you know, and they put a lot of games in development. Oh yeah, that's right. The Crisis on Infinite Earths Lego game got canceled too, because that was in development during the time of Warner Media. And then when they became Warner Discovery, that was it. So, I mean, when companies get bought and sold all the time, it impacts so many things. It's not just, oh, this is going to derail a bunch of stuff. No, this cancels gaming projects. It cancels movies. It cancels TV shows. Cancels, like, collaborations, all kinds of stuff. Mergers are terrible. People don't just lose jobs. You lose everything. So, once Netflix gets involved, who knows what's going to get canceled behind the scenes. But I don't really care anymore. I'm not even that big of a Warner Brothers fan anymore. Warner Brothers has been such a big disappointment after the Nolan years that I just don't really care. I'll always be a Batman fan, but, you know, I don't even like the current day Batman comics, so. And I don't like the Cape Crusader show. But I have lots of Batman content to, you know, keep me satisfied the rest of my life, because I grew up with peak Batman, and then the Arkham games and things like that. So it's not like the character is forever ruined for me. Warner Brothers customer service. I'm sure Warner Brothers eventually will bounce back, but it'll take time. I will always cherish these games, of course. Netflix doesn't own Disney. What are you talking about? Exactly. It didn't really have any sort of boss fights. Nope. This game doesn't really have much of a boss fight. Nope. Don't really think there are proper boss fights. No, exactly, because think about it. How do you defeat Killer Croc in this game? You punch him a lot, just like you punch that one Jokerized wrestler guy. It's a beatdown thing. I wouldn't really say it's a boss fight. It's a beatdown thing. You don't follow current day Batman comics either. Only Batman comics you follow is the absolute stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was the plot of the game based on the Darkseid War of another timeline? By the way, I think TT Games may be the only studio that survives. Honestly, the only studios that I think that will survive the Netflix merger will be Avalanche, the people who made the Hogwarts Legacy game, because they have a lot of bragging rights right now. And I would say that Traveler's Tales has a much steadier record in terms of profits and, you know, good released games than Rocksteady does. Rocksteady has two major flops on their hands. They had, you know, a lot of great stuff happened in 2015 for them, but their Arkham VR thing wasn't very good, and the Suicide Squad cost like $300 million for this, not the studio, for WB. And Zaslav doesn't like it when companies, you know, end up costing him money instead of earning profits. And who knows what Netflix is going to be like. The fact that Netflix said they have no plans whatsoever for the gaming division, that's bad. At least the other guys were like, yeah, we want Batman games. We want Lego games and stuff like that. Netflix hasn't said anything. Because Netflix, the scary thing about Netflix is Netflix does not like traditional media. They're a digital company. They don't like theatrical films. They don't like DVDs. They don't like video games. They don't like any type of what they would consider old media. They're a streaming platform that deals with streaming content, so they're not really a friend of the other stuff. Hear about James Gunn wanting to direct Brave and the Bold? I mean, he's a big Batman fan. Why wouldn't he want to? Maybe he doesn't trust Andy Muschietti anymore. I don't know. You think he makes a lot of bad choices with the DCU? I don't know. I mean, but there's the thing. Isn't James Gunn been in office like quite a while now? Didn't he promise us that, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember during those DC Nation things where James Gunn was revealed, he said, hey, we're going to make all these Batman games and Superman games, and they're going to be connected to my movie universe and blah, 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 blah. Well, his movie universe has been out now for a while. He's made several animated projects. There's still no games. You know? It's like, when were these supposed games supposed to happen? They had all this time. They could have started development on these games a while ago, you know? They could have made a 2D beat-em-up. They could have made like another Arkham game. They could have done all kinds of stuff. And Arkham Shadow was actually only greenlit because of Facebook. The Arkham franchise was gone. It only existed because of Facebook. Because Facebook licensed it. And then Facebook got rid of their people. That's the upsetting thing, is Facebook got rid of... they totally got rid of everything. This was the studio responsible that had passion once. All these people did a great job. This is what passion and excitement and love for a franchise looks like. You guys saw the Suicide Squad, like, thank you for playing, like, bullcrap at the end. They all look like they're so bored. They hated working on the game. These guys look like they had a blast working on it, you know? It's like, you want to hire people that actually want to do the job. You don't want to hire people just for the sake of giving them a job. They need to have talent. They need to have passion. These people, they had passion. Every single one of them. Oh, well. It is what it is. But the game industry's changing anyway. It's going back to how it used to be, so maybe someday we will get a new Batman game. Completed. So I guess tomorrow we'll be doing the challenge maps, because we have to do... Nintendo erased all our challenge map data, which you can see there. 8 out of 252. So I have a ton of stars that I have to get all over again. Because Nintendo erased all my stuff. Because Nintendo is mean. No, it was a glitch that happened. Happened when they made... This game originally didn't work with the Switch 2. So, that's what happened. I've been waiting to do this. Drive around in my 89 Batmobile. I've been waiting for this. I still have to go for a little bit, guys, because it's not at 1,000 views yet. So I'm going to drive around in my Batmobile. It's a nice photo, yep. 2015 was before everything went off the deep end for WB. What did I think of Arkham Shadow? I liked the story for Arkham Shadow. I did. Amazing game. Don't play it on this console. Yep. Holy cow, that's a lot of erased stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, you could see why I'm very annoyed that I have to do it all again. Because I did all the challenge maps 2 years ago. I did them all.
Batman gets unmasked, puts away Scarecrow, and he's still out there. Take a night off already, you playboy vigilante.
Take a night off. Can you guys run the shorts playlist for me? We're at about 960 right now, and I got a ways to go yet. I'm at 950 for the stream, so I can't stop till it says 1,000.
First Joker dies. Now the Batman's unmasked. Gotham's gonna be a different place from now on.
Gotham's gonna be a different place from now on, he says. Okay. I want to see the 89 Batmobile. Let's go. I want to see how bad it looks on the Switch. Show me.
Sounds like the cells are getting cramped in GCPD.
Doesn't look like it's too bad. You know what it looks like, though? It looks like the Batmobile that's in Fortnite, or the Batmobile that's the 89 Batmobile from Rocket League. It doesn't look as detailed as it did in PlayStation and on the what do you call it? The Steam Deck, stuff like that. The high res, high quality thing. It's
You know, I saw my folks get whacked when I was a kid too. Don't see me getting all self-righteous about it.
I saw my parents get whacked too.
Oh God, what's he doing? What's he doing? He's tailing us. Keep driving.
I love how all the thugs now that they know that's Bruce Wayne, they're not scared of him, but if you actually show up mid-sentence in your Batman suit, they're still scared of you.
Driving idiot, he's right there. Just go. You want to take the wheel? It's the Bat. He's tailing us. Put your
It's the Bat! He's tailing us. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna do nothing.
back up. He's gonna get us. No chance.
Oh, there's a chance. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Jeez, he's coming after us. Floor it. Come on, get it. Is that what I think it is? It's Batman. Step on it.
Yeah, it still feels okay to drive. How do I do my, There we go.
Oh crap. He's coming after us. Floor it.
So the Batmobile originally was so big that it took all the processing power of the PS4, apparently. Whoops. That should say a New Jersey license plate. It doesn't.
He's gotta be worried, man. Anyone who knows Bruce Wayne suddenly got dragged into the firing line.
How do you back up in this? Oh, there you go. The Y button. The Y button backs up. Everybody knows Bruce Wayne just got pulled into the, firing squad. And that's the danger of superheroes exposing their identity to the world. Is the people closest to you end up paying. That is the important thing. Oh, he died. Ha! That's funny. Wow. That's nice. Bruce Wayne doesn't have a kid because they killed Talia. They made it so the franchise can't continue. They have to reboot it. And they need to be smart about it this time. They should just reboot it with Arkham Origins, though. Like, make a new Arkham Origins. Will they do that? Nah. They won't do that. How much time do I have? I might have to release another short. I don't have any time at all. Darn. I don't even know if I can fix that. I'm the Arkham Man? What does that even mean? The only reason I started looking at Arkham Knight again was to just finish the Switch version. It was the principle of the thing. I was mad at Nintendo because they erased all my save data. So I did it, you know. I just, like, the plan was originally, what? Was it December or something like that? They made the update. It was during the Arkham Origins stream. Because I streamed Arkham Origins from Christmas all the way through January, which is what I normally do. I do it every year. But there was some stuff that happened with the save data in June that got corrupted with the first update that Nintendo did to get Arkham Knight to work on the Switch 2, because Arkham Knight was not one of the games that would run on the Switch 2. What a lot of people forget is when the Switch 2 first released, Nintendo had 475 games that would not work on the Switch 2. And so Nintendo spent from, I think it was, what, May of 2025 until December of 2025, making sure all 475 games would be able to work on the Switch 2. Which, I have to applaud them for that dedication. That's actually really cool that they would do that, because Xbox just has a list to this day of games that are not compatible. You know, it's not fully backwards compatible with their previous console. But the Nintendo Switch 2 is now fully backwards compatible, except for 7 games. And those 7 games have to do with Nintendo Labo stuff, which they can't get to work. Which is fine, I think. I don't really care. I never really used the Nintendo Labo thing anyway. But that was a lot of dedication, what Nintendo did to get that stuff working. That's actually, I applaud them for that. I think that's really cool. And, you know, Arkham Knight was one of those games that wouldn't work. And they went and they fixed it, but they created some problems, though, didn't they? There was definitely some problems that occurred when they, quote-unquote, got the game to work. They made all these problems. So then Turn Me Up and Nintendo were the ones responsible for patching the game and making it, like, play much better in December, I think it was. It was either December or was the end of November. I don't remember. And the current build that they have of Arkham Knight is playable. It's just the graphics are horrendous. But the gameplay's fine. Like, the speed of the game is great. There's no more frame problems. There's no more sputtering. You fly around in the... Like, you know, when you fly around and stuff, it's smooth and stuff like that. The cape used to, like, kind of pause and all kinds of stuff. Like, you would, instead of you, like, flying through the air all, like, nice and easy, like, you kind of, like, sputtered through the air. It was like, da-da-da-da-da-da. It was not enjoyable at all. So, I mean, it's cool that Nintendo and Turn Me Up games, they fixed that. But it would have been nice if they could have somehow patched the visuals, though, because the visuals still look like dog barf. It doesn't look very good at all. And it doesn't even look comparable to Arkham City is one of the best looking games from, like, you know, the PS3 era that play on the Switch. I haven't seen what type of improvements Nintendo made with the Arkham Trilogy collection with like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I'm sure they both play fine, but this was the one that needed all the work under the hood. Yeah, John, we're at like 918 views an hour. We're not gonna clear that, buddy. I don't see it happening. We're at, what time is it? It's like almost, yeah, it's midnight. It's over. You can keep trying to push people to watch this short, but I'm gonna stream something else at midnight once this hits 1,000 views. I'm just waiting. Meta has such disrespect for their employees, firing all of Camouflage and canceling Arkham Shadow 2. Yep. They fired the other developer that was working on Arkham Shadow 2. Yep. It makes me actually want to buy a Switch too. What, this game? Nintendo did everything they could to ensure backwards compatibility. It is pretty cool that they did that. The Tales of Berseria thing isn't supported on the Switch 2 yet, sadly. I mean, there's still a few of them, but it's not 475 anymore. Actually, sorry to confirm that when Talia talked about the Night Metropolis, that was then. Confirming Damien went already. I mean, Damien probably died. Who knows? We don't know. The plan, I mean, Damien was going to be voiced by, what's his name? Josh Keaton was going to play Damien in the Arkham Knight sequel, Batman Beyond or whatever. But, of course, Warner Brothers canceled that because they don't like making money. Is Joker a good man? No. He's a psychopath. Mission failed, we get him next time. Very different from the Iron Man situation with him revealing his identity to the world versus if Batman's identity is well, Batman beats up a lot of people, so not a lot of people like Batman. Batman doesn't kill, also Batman drives people. I mean, technically the car killed them. This really makes me think they don't care about the Arkham games at all. I don't even know if we'll get another Arkham game. I don't know. I mean, the only reason the sequel Arkham game was canceled is because Facebook went in there. Facebook sees all the new VR technology happening, right? And they're like, oh, we can save money by getting rid of all these humans and just, like, have AI build our VR games because it's not that much different. Which, I mean, you know. So they left, like, 10 people involved out of a, 150 people developer or something like that. Because they're trying to chase this new technology the way that Elon Musk is. Because Elon Musk is putting together an AI video game too, like in the next year or two. So Facebook wants to do the same thing because, I mean, in terms of visuals and stuff like that, yeah, most VR games don't look spectacular in terms of graphics. So technically, yeah, if you wanted to, you could try to mess around with AI and pick up the slack for some stuff. But at the same time, I don't think they should have gotten rid of all their human studios, especially one that did an amazing job with the previous Arkham game and won all those awards and stuff like that. They were award-winning developer, and they just closed their doors. I think that's wrong. If they wanted to get rid of some of their other developers, yeah, okay, I guess, but it was uncalled for. It really was. It's like, that's messed up. But this is why we call it the Curse of Arkham, though, is because the Arkham franchise disappeared, and then what we got in its stead was horrible with the Suicide Squad. And then we had like a moment of like kind of like, oh yeah, the Arkham franchise is going to come back. Even I was excited. I was like, man, I could see all these like potential lore videos and all this stuff. Even though it's VR, there's a lot of potential. I even said there's a lot of potential. Hire these guys to make the next Batman game, all this stuff. And of course, that all ended up just beginning of 2026. That was it. That developer was gone. And I wanted to blame Warner Brothers for it, but this time it was all Facebook. So, you know, I don't know. Don't know. The curse of Arkham. This is why we can't have nice things. Pretty much. Men is more interested in making those VR glasses and VR games with headsets. Lols. It's a shame, too, because they made so much money with Camouflage selling consoles for them. I mean, I didn't like Arkham Origins Blackgate, so I mean, I don't really care if they were shut down. I didn't like Blackgate. Blackgate is one of my least favorite games. It is one of my least favorites. I don't like it. It's just not. I think some of the mobile Arkham games were better than Blackgate. There were a couple. Actually, NetherRealm made some Arkham mobile games, if I remember correctly. They were responsible for making some. And Deathstroke appeared as a boss fight. Actually, if I think about this correctly, Deathstroke appeared in a Arkham mobile game done by NetherRealm before his appearance in Arkham Origins. So technically, Deathstroke's first appearance in the Arkham games is around 2011-2012 for Arkham City mobile game made by NetherRealm. They were the first ones, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Catherine O'Hara, Kevin McAllister's mom from Home Alone, passed away. That's so sad. Yeah, Arkham City Lockdown. That was the name of it. That would be a fun thing to track down. That mobile game. I've never covered that whole game. That would be interesting. I don't know how I would go about that, though. I don't even think I would have to have a special mobile phone that could play that. That's why I play all the Arkham games in hopes that one day the developer can make another Arkham game, but I don't know. Netflix isn't going to make another one. James Gunn obviously is not going to make another Arkham game. You need to have somebody who's very talented and has a lot of money and good ideas. Like if I was a billionaire, I would have them make multiple Arkham games. I'd have a AAA studio make the Arkham franchise for the main story, and then I would have another studio like WB Games Montreal make a side story to tide people over between releases. That's what I would do. But is anybody going to do that? Nah. Because they don't want to make money. I'd also make sure they made a 2D like Justice League beat 'em up game in the style of like the X-Men arcade game or Marvel Cosmic Invasion. That way we'd have our 2D front covered. I would also make a 2D side-scrolling Batman game, like to bring homage and also to tribute the classic like side-scrolling Batman games from the 80s and 90s, which were fun. But nope, they don't know what to do with their stuff. They just put it on a shelf and let it collect dust. They're all incompetent. Marvel are the only smart people these days. It's true. Marvel at least continues to make stuff. Hey Luke, what were the Mad Catz controllers like when they were considered so bad? They just didn't work very well. If you played Street Fighter using a Mad Catz controller, you would know what's up. The difference between a Super Nintendo controller that was officially made by Nintendo and a Mad Catz controller is play Street Fighter, play Fatal Fury on it, and then tell me which one feels better. The Nintendo one, the officially licensed one, works better. The Mad Catz one was slower. It wasn't responsive enough. The buttons were harder to press in. That's why Mad Catz controllers became the controller of choice to bust for a lot of gamers with Gamer Rage, because it was cheap to replace it, but also the controller wasn't very good. If most of us would have just bought like actual real Super Nintendo controllers instead of like third-party crappy ones, probably would never have been such thing as a Gamer Rage thing as much, because I think a lot of it was at fault with the controllers themselves. The official controllers, not so much, but I guess you would put like input delay too. I don't know. I broke a lot of Mad Catz controllers in my day because they were cheap. They're like $20, even back in the 90s. Weren't expensive at all. They didn't work very well though. Yep, that's the difference between Disney and Warner Brothers. Disney wants to make money, Warner doesn't. Exactly. Disney Plus will be merging with Hulu sometime in this year, and Disney Plus will be getting a price hike. Well, Disney Plus has been losing so much stuff, so yeah. See, Yoshi and Blue Kid were added to the Nintendo Switch library. Balloon Kid? Really? Well, I mean, Marvel has a plan. DC doesn't have a plan. You tell me what DC's video game plan is. They have nothing. Marvel, at least Marvel is like, hey, we've had a couple, like, you know, misses, but we're going to contact... YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. All this stress is just so irritating. It really, really is. Where was I before we were rudely interrupted? I was talking about Marvel Rivals. So, Warner Brothers thought that if they catered to the modern audience, they would sell a lot of copies of the Suicide Squad. And the Suicide Squad, they ended up literally having to give it away. They had to make the game free in order for people to play it. Marvel Rivals, what I love about China is, I mean, I'm not a big fan of communism or anything, but what I like about the Chinese game developers is they have cojones. And they have, like, you know, principles and stuff like that. And they're smart. When all these companies come to them and they're like, hey, we want representation, the Chinese company's like, yeah, no, we're forced to be reckoned with as long as they stick with their plan because gamers will continue to support them. Warner Brothers pandered to non-gamers, and they paid for it. I hate to say it like that, but when you go after a group that is not your demographic is Batman fans and gamers. You know, people that like action games, people that like Batman. When you go and you cater to a percentage, which isn't even 1%, very loud, annoying minority group, that don't buy games, that don't do anything to contribute to gaming, that's a huge problem. So, unfortunately for Rocksteady, they did it to themselves. As we used to say in the 90s, they played themselves. You know, I don't feel bad for the shape that Rocksteady is because they threw their players under the bus. They made some stupid decisions. They followed basically this whole thing in gaming, like the past 7 years with, like, you know, the forced diversity and all this other stuff, like the DEI or whatever. They were following a trend that eventually was going to hit a brick wall. And they put everything into it, and they ended up losing, what was it, $300 million or something, adding to, I forget how much debt Warner Brothers had at that point. I think we're like $45 billion in debt prior to that. So then they piled another $300 million in losses. So, but the thing is, what you have to understand, in gaming, there's always trends, and it's not a good idea to always, every single studio, to follow a trend that's not going to last. You know? It's never a good idea. So a lot of these American studios were very stupid. They made some bad investments. It's like gambling. They bet it all on black, and it ended up on red. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to hope that someday somebody smarter comes along and they do the right thing and they make a better game. And they stop all this nonsense. In the meantime, Marvel's going to keep, like, outpacing them easily. Think about it. Marvel has 2D bases covered. They have 2D games coming out. They have 2D games that release. They have mobile games. Where's the DC mobile games? No DC mobile games. They have free-to-play games. Where's the DC free-to-play games? None. They have 3D action games coming out. They had a 3D strategy game, which Marvel Midnight Suns wasn't the best, but they had one. Where's the DC strategy game? Nowhere. So at least Marvel tries to get people to buy their stuff. DC doesn't even attempt it. DC's like that kid that wants to compete with Marvel, but they see how much assets that Marvel has, and then they don't bother with it. They're like, why even get involved with this? Because I'm not going to make any money anyway. And then when they do try to do stuff, they go towards the wrong audience that's not even going to, buy their product. And then they're like, oh my gosh, why didn't you guys buy my game? I did everything you wanted. That's the problem. That's why if you're a game company, if you stick with gamers, gamers are going to buy your stuff. If you stick with weirdos on Twitter, they're going to give you back pats and they'll clap for you, but they're not going to buy anything. So, I mean, you get what the old saying, you reap what you sow. But someday, in the very pit of my soul, very deep and dark in my soul, I believe there is potential for somebody to revitalize the Arkham, format, kind of like what Lego is doing, and not necessarily bring back the Arkham name, because the Arkham name is kind of cursed now. No offense. You need a new Batman franchise that is not tied to Arkham. It can be inspired by Arkham, and it can have storytelling and combat like Arkham, but it cannot say Arkham anymore because the Arkham brand is tainted. The Suicide Squad tainted the brand, and a lot of people are upset with what happened to the Camouflage developer too. So the Arkham franchise is not in a good place right now in terms of marketing, in terms of fandom. A new Batman series needs to rise that isn't Lego, and it needs to incorporate elements of Arkham and the past Batman games to make something new and different. That's where we are now, because the Arkham franchise is tainted. Just like a lot of people don't like the Assassin's Creed franchise anymore either. And Ubisoft is probably going to go under because of it. The sad thing is Ubisoft is not going to learn their lesson. Ubisoft made a terrible, terrible game where they, tried to appease crazy people and not gamers again. The game did abysmal. Their studio is on the verge of collapse right now. And you would think that they would learn their lesson and make something better next time, but they're going to make something worse because we live... The craziest thing for me in the Western world is we live in a time where these Western countries, they fail, they know why they fail, but then they continue to fail even worse. Whereas an Asian studio, they take their licks and then they try something different. American studios are stupid because they know why they failed, but they're going to continue to fail anyway because they can't, they have to go with what culture and what, the fads say. And it's stupid because it's like, if something doesn't succeed, you don't keep trying the same failed method over and over again. You have to change. You have to change course. It's very upsetting for me to see all these American studios and British studios that could easily make money and go after the gaming demographic again, but they choose not to. And there's ways they can save themselves. It's like they're drowning in the ocean. You throw them the life raft, and they don't want to grab the life raft. And then you're like, why? They'd rather, be there drowning, trying to save themselves, and you throw them the life raft. You tell them what they need to do to survive, and they choose to drown. And it's like, oh my gosh. So, I don't know. Rocksteady is choosing to drown. So we can throw them life rafts. We can do whatever we want. They're not going to take it. They're set in their ways. They're crazy. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm tired of caring, personally. I'm just tired. You miss his speeches. Very Halloweeny. Trends themselves are ridiculous to me. For example, when Spider-Man 2018 released, I disliked the time missions trend that had been going on for years. Yet also had a QuickTime events. Bizarre thing is WB had the weird obsession to adapt Suicide Squad into a game. At one time, it was given to WB Montreal, then given to Rocksteady. They seriously think it was going to be good? Well, the only reason that they did why they did the Suicide Squad thing in general anyway, right? It has nothing to do with what happened in 2013. Like, that was probably going to end up being a mobile game. That Suicide Squad thing that they were teasing, that was probably going to be like a NetherRealms mobile game. Mobile games were making a lot of easy money back then before it was the gotcha elements. I don't know how, but mobile games were really starting to pick up. Like, what was it, around like 2011, 2012? And then they started to incorporate more microtransactions into things like that Spider-Man runner thing. Spider-Man Unlimited really took off. And like some of the racing games, Asphalt or whatever. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So the Suicide Squad thing, the only reason that Warner Brothers rushed it as much as they did is because they were trying to ride the coattails, because they honestly thought that David Ayer, is that his name? The Suicide Squad movie, they really thought was going to be a big hit because it had a lot of stars attached to it. There was a lot of talent attached to it, but it had a terrible story. If you have a terrible story, nobody cares. How many talented people work for you? And yeah, at the time, Will Smith was like a AAA whatever. You know, he's a big A star guy, and they had a lot of like top talent in that movie, but top talent that was doing terrible because of a horrible story and one of the worst characterizations of Joker we've ever seen. You know, but that's the reason why Warner Brothers was like, before, if it's based on a movie, it will sell. That was their idea. That was a Time Warner thing. Time Warner and AT&T Warner Brothers also had the same idea, that if it's based on a movie, then it will sell. If it's based on a Batman villain, it will sell. And then when it didn't sell anymore, it's like they're running around as the ship is on fire and it's sinking and they don't know how to put out the fire. They're like, it didn't work. Now what? So, yep. That's the best analogy. Will slap. Yeah. It's like an allegory, I heard. A man was on a boat during a tsunami. People offered help, and he said, I'll take what God offers. And he died, and then asked God, why didn't you save me when God sent boats? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Will Smith slaps baseballs, is the best catcher in baseball. Will Smith on the LA Dodgers. Wait, Will Smith is actually... Is there somebody else named Will Smith that's doing stuff? Yeah, but that's the thing. You know, I've been tired of this stuff for like 6 or 7 years. I've seen so many game studios go under now, like because of this trend of trying to do like, I don't even know what they're doing. They even had a game recently where they had a dude in a wheelchair. It's like, you're gonna put a medieval game and have a guy in a wheelchair. It's like, what? How is that a thing? Why? No. It's just weird, you know. It never happened before, like, and it's starting to fizzle out now. Like Marvel Rivals, they're really trying to campaign hard. And I love what one of the directors of Marvel Rivals said. Like, according to a Chinese translation, he was like, he says people who don't even buy the game are gonna boycott it. He's like, okay, so they're not buying what these fringe groups, and that's what these woke people are. They're fringe groups, right? A lot of these game developers in Asia, they're not buying what they're selling anymore. They realize that it's a pipe dream. It's not real. And when they stamp their feet and they say, we're going to boycott Marvel Rivals because you're not doing this, that, and the other, they're like, well, you don't buy the game anyway. You don't buy the skins. We can release a skin of Sue Storm in a bikini. It's going to make us a lot of money. They don't care about that. They only care about making money. Which, I mean, any game studio, that should be their entire focus, is making money. It's called the game industry. It's a business. That's why I never understood, like, when you get into something that's the type of business that we have here in the game industry, you have to make money at it. Otherwise, you go under. You know? It's been such a weird, like... I'm glad it didn't last a decade, but 6 or 7 years was horrible. Lots of... Yeah, people leave during mergers, too. Exactly. Yep. That's true. Do I want to do something else tonight? Kind of have to. Maybe I should just release a short. I'm kind of tired. What time is it? It's only 12? Why does it feel so much later? You know what I want to try to play? Sonic 06? No. Over Arkham Blackgate and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Yes, the dude Silver the Hedgehog, it's no use. Well, I mean, the thing is, Blackgate had a very unique idea that the gameplay of Blackgate is not bad. It's a little slower paced, but, you know, it's an interesting Castlevania or Metroidvania game. It's not terrible per se. The lore is all messed up because they didn't speak with Rocksteady when they only communicated with when the game was in development around the same time as Arkham Origins. The Arkham Origins team and the Blackgate team, you know, they talked. But again, most of these guys didn't converge with the Rocksteady team about Arkham City or anything like that. So when they were making prequels, they weren't really paying attention to anything that came, you know, later down the timeline. They were just focused on, we got to make sure this connects to Origins as well as like leads into Blackgate and stuff like that. Those were their priorities. So they made a lot of mistakes in terms of storytelling. If they actually would have conversed with Rocksteady and Paul Dini, probably wouldn't have had all the problems that they did. So most of my issues with Blackgate is the slow paced gameplay, like the slower paced gameplay, and the story. Like, I don't like the story, and I don't like some of the other stuff, but in terms of 3D Metroidvanias, it's okay. I just personally don't like it, and most of that comes from a standpoint from the lore aspect of it. It goes all over the place. Because, you know, when you make a sequel or a prequel, you have to make sure that it connects. They should go the mobile game route again. I mean, do mobile games really sell anymore, though? Like, outside of Marvel Snap, how many successful mobile games are there? I think mobile games have kind of like, you know, had their time in the sun, so to speak. The peak mobile games was quite a while ago. You know, mobile games hit their stride many years ago. They don't have that same type of hold on the industry as much, or even like the curiosity of mobile games isn't there anymore. Even Nintendo doesn't make mobile games really anymore. I think they still have like that Mario Kart mobile, but that's about it. Like, when has Nintendo made a new mobile game? Or any company? For Marvel is just smart. Marvel's like, whatever, we're just going to do card-based mobile games. We'll have Marvel Revolution. They kept up with the Marvel mobile games for quite a while. I don't know if they're still doing it or not. Is Marvel Rivals also on mobile or no? Does anybody know? Yeah, the whole mobile landscape after the Switch 2 and stuff like that, or just the Switch in general, it's completely changed. PC gaming seems to be everything that's popping up, as well as portables, because of course Marvel is doing numbers. Yep, Rivals is not on mobile. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, but I mean, that's a given. I would say mobile culture is changing, though. But even though things aren't the same, like with a lot of these companies, Marvel still puts out mobile games. But think about it. You've had all these years that DC's been around under James Gunn's leadership. It doesn't take years to put together a 2D game. Like, it did not... I've heard that Marvel Cosmic Invasion was not in development that long. And they were heavily inspired by the TMNT game. It was made by the same team. Like, while they were wrapping up the Ninja Turtles game, they pitched the idea to Marvel to make a really cool superhero game, and the development time was much shorter than the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles game that they did, like Shredder's Revenge, had a very long development time. There was a lot of talks between Nickelodeon and, the Ninja Turtle owners, and trying to make this perfect, like the Ninja Turtles thing perfect. So all their time, energy, investment went into developing that game, and it was perfect. It feels like the Cosmic Invasion game happened much faster, than the Shredder's Revenge thing. And I think that's why, even now, even though the Cosmic Invasion game is fine, right? I think it's fine. There's still people today talking about on Twitter and different, social media sites about the Ninja Turtles game, the Shredder's Revenge. Like, people are still playing it, people are still buying it. It's still awesome. And the Marvel game came out, and it's fun, but once people beat it, that was it. It doesn't have the longevity of the Ninja Turtles thing. But even so, Marvel at least put their foot out there. They're like, hey, you guys like 2D games? Boom, here you go. They still did it. DC has all this untapped potential, and they do nothing. And yeah, they joke around, oh yeah, we're going to do a DC Rivals game. Please don't. Because you'll drop it as soon as things, don't go your way. That's just what it is to be a DC fan. At least with Marvel, Marvel's consistent. You have to give Marvel that. Marvel is very, very consistent with what they do. And Gunn is turning the DC universe into a Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, as long as he's consistent with it, I think that's a good thing. Marvel does what it does by licensing it out its IPs that they can trust exactly. And you guys have, 2 or 3 Marvel games are coming out this year? Something like that? Like, Marvel consistently releases more superhero stuff. And that's what you're supposed to do. It's a gaming business. You got to make as much money as possible. You need to make sure that you're using your intellectual properties. Batman is a billion-dollar franchise, multi-billion. And they just put it on the shelf outside of, an occasional movie every once in a while. It's very confusing and very surprising to me that they would do that. But, I mean, the Warner Brothers story is just, it's very interesting because somebody asked me a while ago, they said, do you think the past 7 years is an indication as to why they couldn't get stuff off the ground? I said, no. The whole cancel culture and fringe group stuff, I don't think that played as big a role. I really think that the mergers that Warner Brothers went through, the 2 or 3 different mergers, all played a huge factor in getting stuff canceled and making projects shift and change in what they perceived the public's interest in, when movies weren't doing well. I think that all played a factor. I don't think the fringe group stuff in gaming really played a deciding factor in changing the course of a lot of stuff. I think it had to do with definitely the different mergers and projects being canceled and shifted. And like somebody said, Suicide Squad started as a development project by WB Games Montreal, but then Warner Brothers gave it to Rocksteady. And I think that's actually probably why Sefton Hill left too, is because he didn't like that Warner Brothers could tell his studio to do whatever they wanted and they couldn't make the games that they wanted. So that's why he made his own studio eventually with no ties to Warner Brothers. So I think there's a lot of factors. But, at least with superhero stuff, there is always stuff around. Mergers are so disruptive and none of them end up exactly working out for companies. Exactly. Mismanagement, all kinds of problems. Yep. 4 years since the Batman came out, the sequel still hasn't come out yet. They need to get the sequel out soon, though. This is the last thing I'm going to tell you. If they do not get the Batman 2 out, no one is going to care. With sequels, you can't let them breathe too long. You're not going to have an audience for it. The same people that thought the Batman was cool and edgy and punk rock 4 years ago, by the time the movie finally releases, if they delay it again and it comes out in 2028 or something like that, no one's going to care. That same audience is going to be so much older that really enjoyed that movie that they're not that audience that they made the film for. They're not going to show up again. Like you can't wait too long between sequels. Like three and a half years tops is usually what you can get away with. The culture's still mostly the same, and people's idea of the movie is still fresh in their head. But like 5-6 years after, no, doesn't work that way. Batman Begins was 2005. Dark Knight was 2008. Dark Knight Rises was 2012. In reality, the Rises movie should have been like 2011 or something like that. But, I mean, they got away with 2012. That was fine. And then the next time we saw Batman in theaters was 2016. So, that's not too bad. But you can't sit on these things and you can't wait too long. It's not good. And I've seen this in the game industry. Like, the reason why I say the Arkham franchise is dead, we had a chance to revive it with VR gaming, and then Facebook killed that outright. So, and the fact that there's no leaks or anything, like no real buzz about a Arkham thing other than, Rocksteady scrambling to do a remake of Arkham Asylum because it's all they know. It's not good. It's not good to be a Batman gaming fan right now. Like, as a gamer and a Batman fan, it's very we're treading water again, We're at the point where we make speculation videos, but nobody knows what's going on. We're like, oh yeah, this is the direction, and by like 2028 we'll have a new Batman game. It's like, really? I'm not going to say a new Batman game until 2030. After this Lego game, probably have to wait till 2030. Probably. Who knows? I got out of the speculation game because with mergers and stuff, you never know what's going to happen anymore. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic night. I'm spent. I was going to try to stream again, but I'm exhausted. We got a super chat on this stream. I completely forgot, so I think I'm good. Oh, I think Lego Batman Legacy will be fine. Probably. Unless they do something drastic with the storyline that ticks everybody off. Because, I mean, it was one of the last games that was in development during the pandemic, and the pandemic did a lot of weird stuff. So, we'll see. But, like I said, I know people at Traveler's Tales. They've got a good head on their shoulders, so we'll find out. I wish them well because they're the reason why I like Traveler's Tales is they're the only developer from Warner Brothers that decided to keep working with me after all those lies about me happened, and like WB like cut ties with me during Arkham Knight, which is why I released my video on purpose about the ending of Arkham Knight, because I was trying to hurt Rocksteady and WB by spoiling the game, because they cut ties with me, so I was pissed at them. I wasn't going to follow any NDAs or anything anymore because I hated their guts, because they believed a teenager over me when I knew them for years. But that's besides the point. Traveler's Tales, they kept working with me even after they got a cease and desist from, like, I forget who, like some Warner Brothers person, like, told them, you probably don't want to send these people stuff anymore. Can't work with the Kwings anymore. Like, they kept working with us all the way through the Star Wars game. Like, giving us, like, B-roll footage and telling us, what we could expect from the game. And I believe they gave us a copy of the game as well. Something like that. And they were really good to us during the Lego DC Supervillains thing, too. But all that stuff about me was BS anyway. It was just like, I don't want to get into it, but I defended my wife. I do it again, And that's pretty much it. But yeah, I have a hot temper. I yell at people, so that is correct, but I didn't handle anything bad. I defended my wife, and that's what a husband's supposed to do, whether it's online or offline. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be starting the challenge maps. And I have to make thumbnails for Final Fantasy, figure out what I'm going to do with that. Alright guys, you take care. I'm spent. Bye-bye.